If you love the ocean the way many of us in Hawaii do, surf photography is seen as both an extreme challenge and a form of therapy. It combines the intense physicality of being in the impact zone of a surf break with the intuition to read incoming waves and simultaneously frame a shot.
What does it take to get into shooting surf? On one hand, not a lot.
We all started with a GoPro and a pistol grip years ago. Action cams are still a perfectly viable way to capture waves today, especially now, considering how far the technology has come. You can get amazing 4K 120 FPS video or burst fire high quality raw photos. My action cam of choice at the time of shooting this video is the DJI Osmo Action 5. This little beast has an excellent battery life, ensuring you'll be able to last through an entire session. The video and photo quality is stellar. The operating system is intuitive and easy to use, even inside a water housing. That's a really important detail. The quick switch button on the left side lets you go through different presets for video, or even switch to photo. So if you're only using an action cam to shoot on a certain day, you'll be able to jump back and forth between modes with ease. On the other hand, you can take it as far as you like. My current setup is a Sony A1, which shoots 30 frames per second in RAW or 4K 120 video. My housing is a Salty Surf Housing's A Pro X boosted housing, which lets me insert and connect a small V-mount battery. The A1 is a powerhouse camera, and as a result, it eats through batteries. The external battery lets me go for several hours. For versatility, I have 3 different ports for my housing that allow me to use a variety of lenses for different conditions. Am I shooting flat water, doing a little diving, want to capture over-under shots? I go with my 16-35 and an 8-inch dome port. I also use this for shore break when I want to go super wide and potentially capture some split images. I like using an 85 on my Sony with my Action 5 mounted on the housing. This way I can shoot video with both to get a medium telephoto and wide angle at the same time. It also lets me shoot photos with my Sony while recording video with the Action. Let's go through my list of other must-have gear. Tight board shorts that won't be blown off when a wave breaks on you. A wetsuit jacket that gives you a tiny amount of additional buoyancy and warmth. This will give you comfort and ensure you're not burning any energy during lulls. It also offers a bit of protection from the reef and the sun. You'll notice I don't like wearing it in shore break because it can get completely filled with sand, and I'm not big on that. Next is a helmet, absolutely necessary when shooting surfers up close. You do not want a skeg to the head. It's also good protection in high intensity environments like Pipeline, where the reef is unforgiving. Also provides a bit of warmth and protection from the sun. Finally, the fins. These are not pool fins or snorkeling fins. They are designed for the surf. While there are a number of perfectly good brands out there, my go-to is the Dafin surf fins with the Zach Noyle colorways, especially these brand new ones with the Sandy Beach Vavamalu colors. I get to brag about these because my Sandy's photo is featured on the box, so I'm basically famous. Dafin surf fins are stiff, wide, and provide power when I need it without being too long or bulky. Fin tethers are a must because they provide comfort for your ankles while ensuring you won't lose a fin when you need them most. I highly recommend not getting the leash style because I've had them cinched down so tight during an impact that they've torn straight through the band and rendered my fin useless.
Now, before you dive headfirst into the never-ending spiral that is camera gear, we really need to talk about water safety first.
If you're a bodyboarder or surfer, then you've already got a head start here. The most important thing is learning to read the waves, because to get the best shot, you'll oftentimes be putting yourself in some of the worst places. That means getting smashed in the impact zone, disintegrated on bottom, pulled over the falls, or sucked back out for another beating. We want to minimize the damage and avoid a heavy housing connecting with our skulls.
Start with the bare minimum first. Go play in the shore break and get a feel for things. Don't even bring a camera with you.
Just use your eyeballs. Watch the waves for a while to get an understanding of how a spot is behaving. Just because it was a certain way yesterday does not mean it's the same today. Once you've gauged what a wave is doing, wait for a lull in the sets to enter the water, then move quickly to get out. Body position is important. Stay low in the water so you can get under a wave easily. The higher up you are, the more you risk being thrown by a wave or blasted by a lip. The best way to move through a wave is to stay parallel to the bottom and perpendicular to the beach. Stretch one arm out in front of you and use it to hold yourself down, but also guide you through the oncoming wave. This will be the hand without a camera, securing you while you get the shot. Shooting shore break is all about getting under the wave at the last possible second so that you make it safely through while getting the shot. Oftentimes, shore break waves kick up a ton of sand, making it difficult to see underwater. I just don't open my eyes underwater in shore break since the assumption is that the bottom is right there. It's all sand, and you're holding yourself in the same position with no real need to see the bottom. This is the complete opposite for a reef break, where it's imperative you are able to see the reef and the storm above you, so you can slot yourself through the window between. Hitting the reef isn't fun, and getting caught up in the whitewash above you comes with all kinds of unknown consequences. Don't forget, you have surfers flying past you at over 20 miles per hour, and it's good to be able to see them pass above you. If you end up in a situation where there's a larger than normal set coming through, it is always safer to swim out to sea and get away from the danger zone. This may seem counterintuitive, but swimming out to deeper water is way better than trying to escape the ocean while a huge wave rises up behind you. I can't tell you how unpleasant it is getting 2/3 the way up the beach and having the water drag you back down where a wave is breaking. Patience is key. The moment you find yourself tired and panicked is when you'll get in the most trouble. Things move fast in the ocean and can be deceptive, which is why it's important to practice these skills and wave reading before getting too crazy. Go to Sandy's any day of the week and you'll see lifeguards encouraging tourists to move to safer beaches down the road. Do not underestimate shore break, especially Sandy's where the sandy bottom feels like concrete. One of the most important things for me is knowing how to tell where I am. I'm constantly looking towards a marker on the beach, like my car, a tree, a tent, a house, looking for familiar reef features, and paying close attention to whitewash because all these things work together to help you maintain your position. Maintaining a good position in the water prevents you from getting caught up in currents, drifting into impact zones, but also helps you line up your shots consistently. Oftentimes, with your back to the beach and your eyes only on the horizon, you lose your frame of reference and end up in places you'd rather not be. For example, at Sandy's, the dynamics of the wave can change all the way down the beach. Gas chambers and its shallow but very vertical wave is wildly different from pipe littles at the other end. So now that you've got an idea of what kind of gear and knowledge goes into being a surf photographer, start small. It's such a dangerous sport, I can't recommend this approach enough. Learn how reef breaks and shore breaks differ. Get the hang of pushing through a shore break wave. Become comfortable opening your eyes in reef breaks. In the next video, we'll do a deeper dive into the gear and actually pulling the trigger on shots in the surf. Until then, stay safe.
Bonita.